up, everyone? It's Sam from 64 Wheels, back more diecast, and today we have the Hot Wheels Fast and the Furious 10 car box set. So this is a video I did not expect to be doing so soon. I got both this set and the 10 car single carded set from Australia. As you know, I did an unboxing of these the other day. The video is linked in the comments below. This one I ordered after it, and I had not even got a tracking number for the shipping, and it just showed up today. So I'm really pumped about this because this car has a few returners from that single car set, and then it has some new ones as well. So this is a really cool box. It's nicer than the typical like 9 or 10 car packs that you see at Walmart or Target or whatever. And there you can see all 10 cars. They do have 2 exclusives, which I'm excited about. But the cool thing about this box is it had the little folding window, whoop, so you can see them all. So we do see some returners from yesterday. These 4 or 5 right here are returners, and the rest are new or at least redone. So we've gotten this, the Porsche GT3. Whereas we've gotten this 3 times before, so we'll take a look at the details on that one. The R34, we've gotten this like 7 times, a couple in premium, but the good thing about this is, again, with this line, this particular release, this one looks to be the best basic version so far, just because some of the detail I'm spotting through the window. So I'm really excited about that. Then we have the first ever GNX Buick, and that is the first one in the basic. We've had it done right there in the premium line, but never in the basic, so that's really cool. And then up top, we have the 2 exclusives, the R32 GTR, which is not a new casting, but it is new to this line. We've only got it in premium before, so this is the first basic, and an actual new casting, which is the Fast 9 68 Charger wide body with the rear engine. This has only been done in premium before, so just like the Eclipse and the S15, this is the first time we're getting this car in basic. So this is really exciting to see Hot Wheels invest in basic castings for this line, because that means more people can afford them, they'll be more plentiful, and it'll really help the market. Now, if you're sick of Fast and the Furious, that's not really going to help you, but if you're watching this video, you're probably a fan, so I hope you're a fan with me, because this is going to be a really fun unboxing. So let's go ahead and do this. So this is kind of cool because it's taped, which is, I think, like a taped box is always nicer than just one that is just open, because then like you get a lot of tampering, especially at stores. People will switch the cars out, they'll return them, and that's kind of been a problem with the hobby forever. So it's nice to see that they went to the extra trouble of putting the tape on the box. So let's go ahead. I am going to try to save this box because it is nicer. It has that display window, and like I said, it opens and closes pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and pull this tray out. Oh, look at that. So cool. Okay. So we will just go, this is actually a pretty sturdy piece of plastic. It's not like I feel like the 5-packs are a little cheap. This is kind of sturdy, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but there's not a lot of wiggling in there. So the cars are going to stay in there, which is nice because that also means hopefully that there won't be as many like marks on the windows from them moving back and forth, because this is a little more sturdy. So I'm just going to go through, we'll take a look at the exclusives last, and then we'll go through and look at each car. So first up, we have the 70 Ford Escort RS 1600. This is the same casting, and it looks like the same detail as the casting we got the other day. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at it real quick. We'll compare just to see if there's anything different. It does not look like there's any differences. It looks pretty close to the same. I don't see any differences. And then the code on the bottom, they are both, oh no, the one from yesterday is an R47 chassis code, and then the date code on the other one is an R49. So they are a little bit, they do have the different date code. They're not the same specific release. Or I don't want to say release, they weren't made at the same time. They're a little bit later. So, but other than that, no difference on that car. So I'm going to set those out so we know which one. And we also have the Ice Charger. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Looks to be the same detail as before. We won't spend a ton of time on these because we did them yesterday. If you want to see the details on these a little closer, hit the link to the comment, or oh my gosh, the link is in the description if you want to see these, but these look pretty much the same. I don't see any extra detail or anything on these. Again, R47 and then R49 base code. Whoop. Okay, so then we have the Porsche. So we have this is a new one for this one. It wasn't in the last one. Oh, interesting. Check that out. This is a kind of a big deal. That wing is now metal. It is not a separate piece. I think this might be the first time this casting has been released with an all metal wing. A little bit of a paint hiccup right there. But that is interesting. That is a big difference from the past one. So we'll take a look at the very first one that was in like 2000, I think oh man, 15 or 16, the Walmart set. So you can see the difference in color. The detail looks to be the same. They have not, for some reason, added any paint detail to the taillights or anything like that. Both cars do have the Porsche symbol on the front hood, trunk, whatever you want to call it. There is some additional detailing on the lower grille part, which is nice. Let's see what else. They both have side markers. But yeah, this one has the plastic wing, and that they had, like, this casting has had a plastic wing since it came out in like what, like 99 or 2000. Let's see what the original date is on this, 98. So it's, I mean, it's had that wing for a long, long time. And then the latest release looks more like this one, a very similar color. But again, look, it has the big plastic wing, and now it is a molded in wing. I personally like the plastic wing better, but the casting probably, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think I prefer the plastic wing, but really they look about the same. Just the plastic is a little bit different colored. So now it has a very similar colored wing rather than a close to color wing. I think everything else, let's see the bottom. 22. Yeah, I don't see any crazy big differences on that. So the one good thing about the new one is that they did add the extra paint feature to the lower grille intakes, which is cool. So this one has a R49 base coat. In the older one, it doesn't really matter. So cool, they did add extra detail. So again, they're making this line better as we take a look at each of these. So whoop, next up on the Eclipse, and I forgot to mention this yesterday, but this car has mirrors. That's a huge deal. A ton of Hot Wheels, most Hot Wheels, especially basics, do not have mirrors, so that is cool to see that. So this looks pretty much the same as the one from yesterday. I don't see any difference there, so we'll just go over it real quick. Pretty much the same. The license plate actually looks even better on this one, which is good because they're both, I mean, they're both excellent. So R47 and 49 again. So cool. If you're looking for another one of these, like it'll be nice to have another one of these on the market, as well as the S15, because I know these are going to be pretty hot castings. So again, this probably going to be the same. My guess is these are all going to be the same. I don't think there's going to be any difference, but we'll take a look at them just in case. No color variation or anything like that. They are basically the same. Chassis code is R47 and R49 on the new one. Cool. Okay, the 20 Charger Hellcat. So this is cool. I like this one because now this is the second time we've got this, and this version still has that little supercharger tampo on the hood, but the one yesterday, it was like a little off center there. So now you can see the new one is straight across, which is nice. So I don't think there's anything different about these. No, so I'm just going to check the base code because we're referencing 47 and 49. Nice, okay. So no big difference there. So let's go ahead and take out some of the new ones. So this is the Buick Regal GNX. Like, look at the tampos on that, man. Oh, I love that they put like the Grand National GNX license plate on the front. It does have that really nice GNX. It's hard to see it, but it does have the GNX in the grille. It's not the best, I will say that, but this has almost premium level headlight tampos. It says Grand National on the side, and then out back it does have all the tampos. So this is a fully tampoed car, and it has the retro slotted wheels on it, which I think look awesome. So in the scene in the movie, this was from Fast and Furious, which was Fast 4, in the scene in the beginning where they're running from the fuel tanker or trying to steal it. And it does have like almost like NASCAR style slotted wheels on it, which the premium here has more like beadlock wheels, which I don't know. It was kind of like a combination of both. I don't know how to explain it, but let's go ahead and check out the tampos. So if I had to give the headlight tampos, I think I like the new basic better. Really, both of them don't have the best license plate tampo. They're really hard to read on both of them. In the grill, I don't know. The grill GNX logo is, I like it better on this one, but I don't know which one is more realistic. It's probably in the middle of both of them. This one seems to be too big, and this one seems it might be a little small. So on the side, the Grand National, oh man, I don't know. The Grand National on, I actually think the basic looks better. Look at that. Definitely the basic. Score to the basic, points to the basic. That's awesome. No license plate. So no license plate on the basic, license plate for the premium. Taillight wise, I actually think the basic has an improved taillight in that they are a little skinnier, where these seem to be a little fatter. I think I prefer the ones on the right, but the ones on the left are probably more realistic to the size of the car. And then again, the Grand National logo on the trunk, neither of them are very legible at all. I don't know which one is probably more accurate. I would say the actual sizes in between the big and the small one on the premium. But if you don't want to spend the $5, I mean, I think I actually prefer this one because the wheels I like better. But either way, you're getting an excellent casting. So that's really cool that Hot Wheels has done this and done. I mean, the tampos on the side of that are excellent. So, well, big win for the basics in this line. So, oh man, probably one of the most hype ones, the R34. So, this, I can already tell you, is probably the best release of this car in a basic by far. So the reason I say that is because it has front and rear tampos, even though that license plate is like double the size it probably should be. They have put the hood tampos back on, and we have front and rear tampos. This, oh man, this is going to be such a hot casting. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll look at the very first casting release, because they've changed a few things on this, because in my opinion, the very first one was the best one so far. So this was the very first one. As you can see, the tampos are a little different. The lines, the stripes going up the hood are different. They're a different color. There are no headlight tampos. There's no grill tampos or anything like that. So already the new one is much better. The side tampos, I think I prefer the ones on the old one, because I think the realistic color is more of the navy rather than like the brighter blue. But when you look at the GT, like the GTR decals or tampos on the side, the new one has an outline. The old one actually looks pretty legible. They both have side marker. The orange is probably more correct to an actual GTR. The very first one here from 2013 did have the plastic wing, which I like because I think it looks, it adds a little bit extra like piece to the car. Whereas this one, I don't know. It's just whichever one you prefer. I think I like the plastic one, but the molded in wing is probably more realistic looking height wise to a real GTR. But out back, the new one, like I said, everything is a little bit larger than it needs to be. The Nissan logo on the trunk is super big. The GTR looks to be a little big, but it does have detailed taillights. Like mine has a little bit of leakage off right there, but it does have orange in the centers. But the taillights look so much better. It has the third brake light. It has the license plate. It has the reverse lights and the brake lights. I mean, man, they did an awesome job on this. So that is killer. It basically received the premium tampos on the front. So killer. Okay, so let's take a look at the very last time this was released in basic, which was in the 5-pack in 2020, I believe. And it's this car, and they just went, I mean, they took away detail. So it still has the detail out back, but they took away the hood, stripes. In general, they took, I mean, there's nothing on it. And then there are no headlight tampos or anything. So this car is very nice. So let's take a look at the premium just to show you the level of tampos they have changed to. So look at the tampos on this. I mean, other than like the little intercooler sprayer up front, it has the premium level tampos on it. It is excellent. So it is missing the branding, but everything, it can't be the same as a premium because this is a $1 car or $2 car or whatever. It does not have the painted blue wing, which is nice. On the premium, like I said, the tampos on the side aren't too different. It is missing the K&N up front. And then we go around back. To me, very similar other than the sizing. I'm not sure why they upsized it so much on the new one, but my guess is it has something to do with the largeness of it and then the tiny size not being able to be read as much when it's done in a non-premium tampo style. So that's probably my guess is why. But if you were to just look at these and not know which one is the premium or not, I would have a really hard time telling. I would. I did an awesome job. That is by far, I mean, the front looks great. Man, that's killer. Shout out to Hot Wheels. Again, all of our complaints, or at least my complaints, I know I said, you know, when it looks like this without extra tampos, there's no, like the stripes on the hood are missing. Why would I buy that? Like, why would collectors collect that when it's now the 4th or 5th version, and it's even less correct to the movie. Now they have given Hot Wheel collectors a reason to collect these again because this looks amazing. It really does. Nice. I'm so excited about this line. Okay, the two newest ones. So let's take a look at this. So here's the R32. It's all black. There's no detailing on it, or there's not. I don't want to say detailing. There's no tampo like race graphics or anything. This, I think, as a basic, this is the first time we've gotten in the Fast and the Furious line, but they don't put headlight tampos on them, just in the main line in general. So these would be considered like mainline plus, and these look also to be like the premium level tampos. The car looks good. It's got those 5-star black wheels on it. I mean, the tampos look good. So let's compare it. So this was released a while ago. Here is the R34, or R32 premium version of this car. So you can see the only really difference in the premium is that it doesn't have the lower grille painted. And I think I actually like the grille black. It's probably more accurate to the movie with the gray grille or the white looking grille. Again, it has mirrors, which is awesome. I would say neither side GTR logo is very good, but the points to the new one, like this premium is, I mean, it's so tiny. Like you literally need like a microscope to see that. It's so bad. But when we go out back, man, oh snap, I would actually say the basic has better tampos. It's got more detail because it has like the ring around the skyline rear taillights, even though it's not lined up. When they do line them up, it will be a lot better. Like you can kind of see there a little bit. But it says Skyline on it where the other one doesn't. Man, they've already improved this. Like even since the premium release, they've improved it. That's so dope. Man, I really wish those were lined up, but once they are, that's going to be a killer tampo. It really is. So much better than the premium. Man, isn't that crazy that now we're getting basics that are better than premium level, just in terms of tampo quality and detail? Man, Hot Wheels killing it. They are killing it with this line. Okay. And I'm really excited about this one. Lastly, the 68 Charger wide body. This is the first time we've got this as a basic casting. I mean, it looks to have pretty much the same detail. It's got the rear engine. It's got the stripe. Let's see. Does have a plastic chassis. No surprises like yesterday on the metal-on-metal Gladiator. This casting looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and compare it. I'm trying to think, where is my premium? So here's my premium. This has come out twice in premium. This is the first time, I believe, and I like these wheels better, so I picked this one. This is a little bit more of a flat color. I would say this is a satin, but they're pretty similar. This is almost like more of a, I would say this has more of a gray. This has more of a black tint to it. The interior appears to be very similar. There it has a roll cage bar, and the basic does not appear to have that roll cage bar in it. I don't think it has the roll cage. So they did take the roll cage out probably for cost reasons because it's an additional piece. There you can see the supercharged Hellcat or Demon engine out back. It might be a Elephant engine actually, the big 1,000 horsepower one if I remember right. So that one does have the roll bar, you can see. So they did downgrade the interior a little bit, but that's to be expected because it is a basic up front. Both look the same. Basically same chassis other than them not being metal. So when we look out back, again, I think the Dodge on the basic, it looks more clear. I will say though, the outline on the one on the right looks a little better, but actually this is probably more realistic where it's not as large. Again, I think they go a little too large and a little too small. The correct realism is somewhere in between on those. So stripe wise, I think the basic has the better stripe quality. It does. The basic has a much clearer stripe because this is like what I call that like pointillism, or like it looks like it was printed on there where it's like almost like a water slide decal that was put on the car and then cleared over. This looks like the traditional ink tampo. So I would actually say, other than the silver outline or line around the window here, the basic is better to me paint wise. I think I like it better, even though the taillights do look a little nicer on that one. I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think. Other than it having Real Riders and a metal chassis, it's a really nice casting. They even did the fuel cap on the front, like a separate silver color, which is cool. Man, that's a sweet casting. I really hope that we get to see this in the main line, like the actual main line, or we get to see it in a 5-pack or something else with this same detail. I don't know though, because it says exclusive, but I can't imagine that they would just make a single basic casting and release it once. Like, they're not going to do that. They've got to release it more than once just to get the money's worth, but this is killer. If they release this more, I will definitely snag some more because this is a nice casting and I love Chargers. So cool. Well, that was the whole 10-pack. Let me know in the comments what you think, which one you think is the best. I mean, honestly, this is going to be so hoarded because of the R34 and how good it looks. It is just spectacular. They did an awesome job on that. This Charger, I mean, this Charger looks really good. I'm impressed with the detail. The tampo quality, A+ on the tampo quality for this entire line of 10 cars. The Buick, again, I think they really hit the nail on the head with some of the tampos on this. I love the wheels, the color, everything. The R32, again, tampos, knocked it out of the park. Hot Wheels has really done a good job with this line with the new 10-car single car set and the box set. This is just way better than the stuff we've been receiving, even though they're the same casting. That little attention to detail on just like the taillights and the grill and everything else makes a big difference for collectors, myself included. I'm really appreciative of Hot Wheels, even though they keep releasing this line. When they correct them and do things that are better like this, it's always a plus. It's a better bang for your buck. So I appreciate that. So let me know in the comments which car was your favorite. If you're collecting this line, if you're going to try to go after the box. Again, I said I got this in Australia. I'm already seeing the single car 10-car carded cars, single carded cars for sale on the West Coast, and I'm in Ohio, so usually that means like within like 3 weeks we'll get them, so that's good news. I have not seen the 10-car box anywhere other than Australia, but I'm hoping that hits the United States soon because these are both just going to be fire hot sets. So cool. Well, I really appreciate you watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Langley Group, Discord, whatnot, and I'm probably another channel somewhere in there. But I appreciate you watching. I will have more Fast and the Furious product as soon as it comes out next time. So I'll keep an eye out for that. And anytime I see like a little news or a leak or something, I try to post it on the community page on YouTube as well, so you can see that sneak too. So I appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.